Okay, here we are in the garage still. This is the garage pull-down attic access ladder. And we can see that the rails, the feet were not cut properly. So the rails do not extend properly, and they do not extend and lock in place. And this ladder is not safe to use, and it hasn't been safe to use. We can see that this ladder has also been amateurishly modified. So somebody's putting another step in here to try to take care of something. I'm not sure exactly what's going on, but these ladders, they're not to be repaired, they're to be replaced. So yeah, the step broke, and so they put a block in there. Only a fool would go up a ladder like this. That's pretty ridiculous. This is a safety video waiting to happen. I'm missing the step, actually. Coming up, see these screws? It's supposed to be nails. Nails have more shear strength. See that screw? It's supposed to be nails. See how it's framed in here? The screws, it's supposed to be nails. This ladder was not properly installed in the. We're coming up here. Okay, so the floor is all decked. We got a pull chain? Nope, we just got a handle. That'll help you up. That'll help you up. Surely we can get to a light. What am I missing here? There it is. Okay, there's a light switch right there. Let there be. These are called knee walls, and that's bat insulation, that foam roll stuff. That's fiberglass bat, and then we got fiberglass insulation. Okay, loose fill. See how it's kind of gray? That's minerals. Minerals are conducive. They transfer energy. So this dirty insulation isn't as good as new insulation. It's been compromised. Another thing to make note of is, see that white can? It's a white canister light. Insulation is not supposed to be next to those. They're supposed to be separated out. A box is supposed to be installed over that, so the insulation, so that the can breathe, and then you would insulate over the box. So we have can lights that have not been insulated. What have we got here? Let's just keep looking. It's kind of nice. What I'm not seeing, remember I was talking about the insulation being dirty? I'm not seeing any baffle vents. Baffle vents are like corrugated sections that install over the soffit baffles, so that when the air comes into the attic, then it directs it over the insulation, and so that it goes out and it ventilates your attic to the passive exhaust vents. What we have over here, what we're looking at, is, see that vent? Oh, there's a soffit baffle. I got one soffit baffle. That's what we know what we're looking for. All right. And then we got a bathroom vent or a laundry vent, some kind of vent that's just venting right out into the attic. And it's supposed to vent directly to the exterior. Also, see this bad insulation right here? This is a good example. See the R22, see the backing on it? That's supposed to be next to the living space. So if any water gets into that, it evaporates out through the insulation. It already compromised it. But so it doesn't hold water next to your roof. See this bad insulation right here? It was installed upside down. I'm not seeing any depth markers. I'm not seeing any more soffit baffles either. And then when you take this extra, because they needed extra insulation, I get that. So they come in there and they install it. Well, this insulation that they installed, this bad insulation over the existing insulation, okay, it's got that skin on it. Got that skin on it, Hillbilly Home Inspection, so it's got a skin on it. So any moisture that gets in there, it gets trapped between those two different layers of insulation and holds it against your ceilings. Also, see those trails through there? It kind of looks like pillows. Alright? Hang on. Kind of looks like pillows through there. See that? People didn't make those trails. No, sir. No, ma'am. They sure didn't. People didn't make those trails. Mises made those trails. Okay? Our decking, supposed to identify that. It's OSB decking. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. And we've sealed up our attic vent over there. Huh. Why did we seal that up? It's probably because it's a motorized vent and probably taken down. Probably because it wasn't right. But we still need some kind of attic ventilation. I'm not seeing any attic ventilation. I'm not seeing any attic ventilation. What's that about? I'm going to go outside and look for the soffit vents, now that I think about it. Huh. Now back up in here, I cannot see it from here, and I'm not going to walk across that. I don't have that much Circus Olay in me. It's not safe. Walking across ceiling joist, I could disrupt and pop my big butt could disrupt the ceiling surfaces. But see all that windy vent stuff right there? That's the fresh air vent for the fireplace chimney. I cannot get over there. I cannot see that there's a fire blocking plate. So it's going to be limited in that regard. I mean, I admit, but the fireplace is not supposed to draw air from a location higher than the firebox. It's not. Now, I say it's not. Manufacturers, this is a manufactured fireplace, and so the manufacturer listed instructions supersedes code, because I'm falling back on a code that I happen to know about. One of the few that I happen to know about. I know some codes. But anyway, I also know that the code says the manufactured installation instructions, if it's listed through ASTM or Underwriters Lavatories, or take your pick, if it's a listed appliance, their installation instructions supersedes code. So maybe they say it could come up from higher than the firebox, but I don't know that. I don't know that at all. I got questions about the ventilation. You know what? And it's not that hot outside. Today's like 70 degrees, and it feels plenty warm up here. I'm just saying. We do not have depth markers for the insulation. I'm going to say the insulation is about 10 inches. What would I do? What do I recommend doing? I recommend correcting the attic ventilation. I recommend vacuuming out the insulation, especially since the little mices have been running around up there. There's no telling what they left behind for you. And installing, getting good ventilation and good insulation. You start from the top. The dynamics of a home is going from the top, from the bottom to the top. It'll make this home so much, and there's a quick return on that investment, because it's not expensive. It's not expensive. It's one of the few things that you can do to actually get a quick return on your investment. It has to be so much more comfortable for you. So what do we learn? We learn that we don't even know if we've got attic ventilation. We know that we do not have depth markers. We do know that the insulation is dirty and that there's mouse trails in it. We know that we only have one soffit baffle in the whole world. We learned that the ladder wasn't installed properly. And that's part of the electrical, but we learned there are can lights, the attic insulation's touching the can light. Oh, back it up. There you go. You might be able to keep up with me if you can see what I'm talking about. I don't know. That's what I hear. Two more soffit baffles over there. 3 soffit baffles for the whole house, really? Let's see if I can find another one. And I can't. Okay. Very suspicious. Very suspicious.